brilliant performance. The strange thing was, first half we didn't get going. I thought we were quite, a bit negative at times, especially coming out from the back. We need to be more positive, and that's not having a goal against them, because against them they were magnificent. But that's the belief I have in this group, that we can be more positive and more dynamic and create more chances. That's the belief we have in them, and I think they're now knowing the way I am as a person, I am as a manager with John, and yeah, listen, I'm disappointed with form.
Credit to the defence as well, because they created 2 chances, Sutton.
Yeah, they did they?
A few balls across the goal, like they.
I wouldn't say their chances.
I think if you look at maybe a few weeks ago, Solihull conceded a few goals. You certainly have nullified the pressures where you looked a tiny bit vulnerable against Solihull.
Yeah, fair point. I take that on board. But what you've seen is now we can learn, and the players learn. Stop crosses. You hear me shouting at keep a clean sheet. Stop crosses. Have that desire. You can't coach how to stop crosses. What you need is people to to have a big heart and sprint out to the ball. Distances have to be right. Stop crosses, and we've done it unbelievably well. Magnificent performance, and you're right, fair play. Solihull and Walsall here, we look vulnerable against crosses, but we've certainly done that in the last 2 games. That's about desire and character, of desire to stop crosses.
I've only said that because that's kind of
you're right.
The only thing we can talk about, because everything else is positive in the last few games. It's been so good, it's comprehensive, and what you're most happy with today.
Yeah, but you're right. That's fair. That's a fair analysis. We were right. You were vulnerable from crosses, so that's spot on analysis. No problem with that, and that's honesty. We were. But the last 2 games, we've done better. Because listen to that, listen to that. Listen, that's the camera, that's the togetherness we're creating at this football club, and the culture, entertainment, enjoyable, and that's what the owner wanted. And I said, my Macclesfield team were like that, but you can hear that, it's amazing, and that's what we want to create.
Carl McAllister, man of the match. He's got the 2 goals, well taken penalty, assists as well. What a class player he is.
Best player in the league, no doubt about it. In my mind, he's in the team of the year. We got the best 10 in the league, and I believe we've got the best 6 in the league. Mendy, incredible. And you look at the fullbacks: Trey and Kenji, outstanding. Gilly when he come on, Bamba, Jaden Clark for 60 minutes. But you can see the disappointment when they come off. But it's nothing against their performance. It's just because with half an hour to go, we can go again. And that's what's going to happen all season. And we will lose games. I keep saying it, we'll lose games. And do you know what? If we come off the pitch now with a lost player like that, I think we'd have been standing here and said, do you know what? I'm disappointed we lost, but we played some good football and we've got great desire and determination. And the team reflects me. I'm emotional. I've got personality. We work hard, and that's what my team is.
But you're enjoying it as well, aren't you?
I love it. That's what I love. That's what I love. It's brilliant. That's my team. That's me. And it's 4 games in, 3 wins. The academy done exceptionally well in the game against West Brom. They'll get another opportunity against Wolves. But now we need to go to Halifax and go and play that away from home. We haven't won away from home yet. You got to go there, have that same desire. Because we're against a good Halifax team, we had a good win in the week.
How's Trey Pemberton?
Yeah, his hamstring tightened up. But again, what you've got to say about the players who haven't been full time. Let's not forget Trey. When I gave him the phone call, said he was coming. He was in work. Give his job up. Kenji. Give his job up. Mendy. They've not done full time football. Trey did it at Stoke as a youngster, but now their body's becoming accustomed to playing every day, training every day, and they're loving it. They're absolutely loving it. So again, he'll be fine. It was the right decision. I was just trying to get the rule that if he went down for treatment, he could go back on. And he could have, but he didn't need to because the lads were magnificent.
You mentioned Halifax. This is what the beginning of 3 games in 6 days.
Good.
So how are the players? They fit well. You've talked about the fitness team that they can go again.
They can go again. We can play that. We can play that tomorrow if we wanted to. That's how fit they are. And I wish there was a game tomorrow because I know those lads could go again and again and again. Maybe not Trey, but they can. That's how fit. And Tom and Lee have done exceptionally well. That's how we train. We train like that. And that's Harry and Joss, who are training with us every day, see that. That's what we train like.
Well done, Steve.
Thank you. Good question. That was fair.
Robbie, when you took the job, is this what you expected to happen if you'd had to look in a crystal ball? Because it's just an absolutely mesmerising start.
Yeah, it's mesmerising because I've got a belief, and I've got an opportunity, a wonderful football club. I had an amazing experience in my last one. It's a brilliant football club. They had a great win last night, and I wish them all the best. I'm not the type of person to hope my previous club loses. There's great people there and I want them to win. I watched the game last night and they were brilliant and they won the game, so congratulations to John and his team. Did I think we could change the culture and the style of football so soon? No, not because it takes a while. Cultures to change. It takes about 7 years to change. We've done it in 7 weeks. The fans are on board. You know, everybody's smiling. Look at that in the dressing room. It's incredible. And whatever happens this season, and I've said it, you know, we want, the aim is promotion. But what I'll do, whatever happens here, I'll leave this football club in an unbelievable position with what's happening. And I'm just so thankful for Dale and Mark and Asif giving me an opportunity and backing me with 14 new players. You know, because you know when a new manager comes in and you know says this is the way I want to play, you know this is the type of profile we want. Mark, you know, has looked long and hard of how to build that side. And if you've got players coming off, players going on the same quality. So again, I didn't think it would take this quick. But it's great at the minute, but we will lose games. You know, we will lose games.
And the bond with the fans again behind the goal. You got your singing voice with the fans singing
listen,
Hey Jude again. How are you enjoying that?
Yeah, I know how much it means to fans. Listen, I had a great rapport with Mac fans. I care, I'm emotional. I put out my heart and soul into it. And unfortunately, you know, at times, you have to make difficult decisions. And I said it to you in the week, you know, the sacrifices you have to make. I'm 50 years of age. I made a sacrifice to, you know, leave my family up north. You know, it's hard, and you know, when you're winning, you're going back to your apartment on your own. You know, it's hard. You know, but again, the sacrifice I make, and you know, I don't want people to feel sorry for me. But at times, when all the lads live, look, they've all got their families with them. You know, it would have been unfair for my wife to sacrifice, you know, all her friends now. She's done it for 20 odd years and she's been a huge supporter. I wish she was, you know, my family were here with me to enjoy it.
Yeah, and clearly your wife's giving you that back end, giving you the thumbs
always,
up to come here.
My two boys, listen, I miss watching my youngest son, my oldest son play football. You know, I miss my dogs. I do. But again, would I change this at the minute? No. I sacrificed and dedicated my life to football. I'm doing it now, and there'll be some tough times. So when I need you guys, I'll need the fans. Of course there will be. But while we're like this, I'll enjoy it.
You came out early in the second half. Is that your regular plan?
Always do it.
Yeah. Is that just something from you or something you've learnt off mentors in the past?
I've mentors of the past, you know, and my team talks are relatively short. I like them ready 2 minutes before the bell goes. Short, sharp information. The work's done. You know, it's motivation, it's man management. You know, what can I say to them at half time? Just keep going, keep being relentless. You know, and I come out and sit there, and that's what I do. It's not to walk out my own and say, look, here he is. It's not. That's what I've done, and it's been successful. So why change?